We're standing in my streaming room currently from a different angle that you guys probably didn't know yet. Yeah, we're preparing to go on a trip to Hamburg to meet a few of my friends, and we're going to wine and dine and have a great time. Yeah, first vlog with my GoPro. Let's see how it goes.
Hey guys, it's simply Trendly.
So we put in the address of the friend where I'm going to be staying tonight. We're gonna be driving 230 kilometers. Yeah, I'm excited. So let's talk a bit about streaming. You know, of course I'm paying attention to the street. Don't worry about that. But now let us ask this question. Somebody asked me like, Lee, why do you always jump between games? And honestly, that's a very good question. So when I stream on Twitch, for all the people that don't know, I'm streaming on Twitch. When I stream on Twitch, it's kind of like what I'm in the mood for. I had this kind of system where every Monday would be a AAA game, every Wednesday would be Weeby Wednesdays, every Thursday would be Terror Thursdays, you know, like I would always play horror games and stuff like that. But that's just not how life works, right? Like, you don't wake up on Thursday and you're like, oh, today's Terror Thursdays. I'm gonna play a horror game, so I'm gonna stick with horror today. You don't wake up and you're like, oh, it's Wee Wednesdays. I really want to see personality today, right? So it's kind of like that. I decided that I'm going to play whatever I feel like. So sometimes I would announce, oh, we're probably tomorrow going to continue with Metro Exodus, and suddenly I'm playing Genshin with a bit of Valorant afterwards. Is that good? Is that bad? I don't know. It works for me. It works for my mood. Every time I stream, I'm like, every day when I wake up, I'm extremely excited to stream because I can stream whatever the hell I want, right? So it's kind of like that for me when it comes to streaming. Someone also asked me, like, why do you like sometimes not finish games? And that's because when I'm streaming, of course I'm streaming the games that I want to play, but I also see when there's like less or more activity in my chat, right? So depending on how much activity I have on my chat and how much like success a game has on stream, I stream it more or less. You know, for example, Genshin, I never wanted to stream Genshin. At the beginning, I played Genshin without streaming it, right? My first 40 pulls I did without streaming it. But then I streamed it a few times, and even when I bashed Genshin, there was just a significant higher chat participation in the discussions than when I would play a few other games, right? For example, RimWorld is a game where the chat participation is like extremely high, even though the game itself is not that successful. So it's kind of like that. And for example, one of the biggest reasons why I stopped playing like Weeby games was like there's a really small niche for Weeby games, and I didn't start out in that niche. I kind of started out as a horror variety, like I started out as a horror game, and there's still a fair share of people that are like, hey, Lee, you should go back to the roots. You should not only, but you should like play more horror games, because now I have like one horror game and the rest is like variety and stuff, right? So I'm like, you know what? I might do that in the future, but right now I'm like, I'm like really comfortable with how I'm doing things. No streaming career is the same because every streamer has their own like kind of like touch to it, right? It's kind of like football. There are people that in football they just go to the youth academy, they get scouted, they get signed into a big team, they start playing, boom, a pro footballer, right? But there are also people that play in the 7th league for like 2 years. So every streaming career is kind of different, which is okay. It's a challenge, right? It's a challenge. Sometimes I feel bad about it. Sometimes I feel good about it. Sometimes I don't care about the numbers. They're still there. In hindsight, I think you need to, like, if you really want to grow, if you don't care, if you don't want to grow, if you're just doing your thing, absolutely forget what I'm saying right now. But if you're like interested in growing your stream and growing as a content creator and making a career as a content creator, I think you have to analyze your content. I think what I'm lacking is clearly content. Like, I think my personality isn't lacking. My personality is like, I'm the kind of streamer that's like very, very like honest about things. So it's not everyone's tea. I understand that. But again, like the viewership in Twitch is so diverse. And then you have to realize or recognize that maybe you have to change something in your content, in your personality, in your intellect. So we are in a traffic jam, and it's been such a long traffic jam that I actually almost fell asleep. Like, no one had to honk me awake, but honestly, like, I've been listening to music and I've been like almost falling asleep because it's so fucking slow. Like, holy crap. Like, I've been in this traffic jam for more than an hour, and we have moved maybe 20 kilometers, which is not a lot. So I was meant to be in Hamburg now, and from here to Hamburg I will probably need another hour. So, second day on the road. So first of all, we're never going to drink alcohol again, because that's like, me saying that I will never drink alcohol again is just a proof of a good day, right? A lot of people are like, Lee, every time you go drinking, you say that you will never drink again. Like, are you such a lightweight? And it's not that I'm like lightweight or I can't drink or something. I would like to think of myself as not a lightweight. The sun's slowly going down. It's like 6 p.m. We've been on the road for almost 4 hours. We're gonna go meet up with Daniel, and then we are going to get a dinner, hopefully, because I'm freaking hungry. Maybe he will show us a bit around, and we'll get to eat some Mexican food or something that there isn't in the town that I live. And honestly, like, everything's different than what I have in my town, because in my town I only have like döner kebab. All right, so we're in Lübeck, and we just parked our car, and we found illegal immigrant on our way here. There's an illegal immigrant here. What do we do with him? Standard Brodin. Hello. How's it going, man? This is the room of Daniel. Of course, Genshin is open. Of course, Genshin is open. So this is where one of the most famous anime streamers, podcasters lives. Why is the podcast on pause though?
Exams.
Yeah.
And she's doing a lot of live.
Yeah. As you see, axioms.
You shush. Exams, okay?
Axioms.
Oh no, don't. This is research. Yeah.
Research. Yeah. Research for the podcast.
There it is. Oh my.
Okay, where are we gonna eat?
Whatever you want. Do you wanna go Asian, German, Asian, German, Asian?
You look handsome.
or
You don't need to make them more.
Thanks.
All right, so we are going to go to a ramen restaurant.
Oh, hell
It's
yeah.
my first time eating at a ramen restaurant. Daniel is taking me. He asked me to go into erotic cinema with me, but it's kind of
I
weird.
didn't ask you to go. I said if you wanted to. The building is interesting. The architecture is cool. It's German.
Yeah, of course it's the architecture. But yeah, so we're going to go into a ramen restaurant. It's like a restaurant, kind of streetish.
This is the hip part of Lübeck. Here where everyone parties and things like that.
I see. I mean the bar street we couldn't go when I come the next time because I have to drive. But next time I could like stay for like a weekend.
Drinking and driving is just GTA in real life. Here.
Oh, this is a ramen restaurant?
Yep.
Okay.
Let me ask if they have. Yeah, they have.
Nice place. Ramen with Daniel. So I got the tonkotsu, so it's pork belly, sweet pork belly, and he's got the udon gyak.
Gainiku or something like that.
Yeah.
It's with.
It's with beef. So taking a night walk through Lübeck. Right in front of us we have the Holstentor. Quite beautiful. So where do we go for like ice cream?
The other way around.
Okay, let's go the other way around then.
I like that you can see the tips of the churches there and then there, and they like open and closing.
Nice.
You're right. It always smells.
Yeah,
like
it
a
always
burning
smells like something's burning in a big city. Yeah, I told you. I could have put on there's like a for this I have like towards the breast harnish kind of so that it like does here.
Yeah. And well, at least in Germany you don't need which I find funny, you don't need the consent to film video. You can just
No, you have to if people don't want they have to tell you I don't want to be inside of it. Especially if you're just like accidentally filming them.
Yeah.
If I'm like, yo, that's a different story. Then I have to ask for consent. If it's just like walking around like this, and some people are like on the outer spaces on the left or right side, it's totally fine.
I don't care.
It's kind of relaxed, but since you have like German copyright laws and then you have like international copyright laws,
that one's alright.
and you have to like kind of like get both together. Because otherwise we were gonna have videos that are only allowed in Germany or allowed everywhere else, but not in Germany.
That one's a bit like...
the Jules YouTube videos? That one is actually allowed everywhere in the world except for Denmark.
Why?
Why the fuck Denmark? I have no clue. What did we do to Danish people? What did we do to Danish people?
I thought it died your camera. Didn't it die?
No, it's just to save batteries. It like turns off the
Technology.
screen. Technology. All right. It's in the middle of the night. It's like 1 a.m. I'm still on the street. I had to take a nap since I've been on the street for so long. One more hour and I will be home from a great trip. I met one of my mods and a good friend, Daniel, and Sado. I met a few friends in Hamburg. Had a great time, and I'm tired. see you guys soon.